Prime time talk, we the champs in the zone, east coast to west. Every throne known and shown, the boxing unbiased truth in every puff piece. Pound kings, the talks never cease. Check the stats, fight stack, gloves flying fast. KOs rewinding, every punch lands last. Jabs like poetry, hooks like history. Uncover the mystery, every fight a victory. Check the stats, fight stack, gloves flying fast. KOs rewinding, every punch lands last. Jabs like poetry, hooks like history. Uncover the mystery, every fight a victory. Prime time, prime grind, every rhyme so refined. True to the sport, no bias, we shine. Fist up in the ring, our voices do sing. From 9 to 90 at night, we the boxing kings. East to west, coast to coast, prime time the most, raising every toast. Talk so smooth, flow with venom. Truth in the rhythm, no biased algorithm. Analysts breaking down round by glorious round. Unbiased coverage making the sound profound. Fighter profiles, every style compiled. Games by strategy, casuals beat beguiled. Prime time, prime grind, every rhyme so refined. True to the sport, no bias, we shine. Fist up in the ring, our voices do sing. From 9 to 90 at night, we the boxing kings.
Oh man, let's go ahead and jump on into this video, shall we? Man, oh man, I had to jump on this subject here because this is one of my favorite fighters that has a fight coming up with another fan favorite fighter. And the fight I'm talking about, no further ado. David Benavidez versus David Morrell. Man, oh man, that is a massive fight that is the co-main event to Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. Man, this is a massive fight. Do you understand, y'all? David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, the one that is stalking Canelo, been calling him out for what, the past 3-4 years? Probably longer. Then you have David Morrell that's coming into his own, making a name for himself. Only 10 fights in and has made a serious mark in the division. And now him and David Benavidez is on a head-on collision to fight each other. Oh man, this is gonna be crazy. And I know a lot of people are saying, both fighters' last outing, Morrell versus Stylistic on the Riyadh card. Hey, you're dealing with different fighters. You're dealing with an upgrade of fighters that are fairly unknown to the U.S. that you don't have a lot of video footage on, that you have to figure out on your feet. Then you had your boy David Benavidez going up against Gvozdyk, and we know how that went. David Benavidez was trying to get him out of there, but Gvozdyk was on survival mode. Just like Stylistic against Morrell, he was on survival mode. So do you penalize these guys for that? You shouldn't, but the casuals do. So now these two are gonna head off, and they were gonna cut off all of the analyzing, all of the fantasy thoughts, and all of the imagination. And they are putting it on the line. You gotta give these guys respect. Gotta give David Morrell respect for even taking this fight, because we know how avoided David Benavidez has been. But we gotta remember, Ronnie Shields is David Morrell's trainer, and Ronnie Shields ain't nothing to play with. But my question to y'all out there in the boxing world, is this fight too early for David Morrell? Is it too early? Should he have maybe had a couple more fights? Do you think Ronnie Shields would have told him, hey, you need a few more fights before you get in the ring with David Benavidez, somebody that has put away some of the best, the biggest names in boxing, and is on a hunt for even bigger names? Yeah, we got a serious situation on our hands, y'all. because this is not going to be one of them hold 'em fights. This ain't going to be no slow fight, because we know what David Benavidez does when he get in that ring. He gets in that ring and he seeks and he destroys. He throw bombs in volumes. So David Morrell, he's used to being the stalker. He's used to being the one chasing down the fighter and hitting them with shot after shot after shot. But this right here is going to be different. For the first time, we'll see David Morrell probably being stalked. Who is going to back up first, though? That's the big question. Who is going to back up first? Is it going to be David Morrell, or is it going to be David Benavidez? We ain't never seen David Benavidez backed up by nobody. Your boy Gvozdyk was on survival mode, so that don't count. Everybody else, he pretty much brutalized. Think about it. That boy stole, man, he stole a whole lot of fighters' hearts in that ring. Will David Morrell survive, or will he get his heart stolen by the Mexican monster? And I ain't talking about no monster that come under your bed or in your closet at night when you're sleeping and you think, it's some eyes in there, but it's actually just the buttons off of your jacket. No, I ain't talking about that type of monster. I'm talking about a real, live, living, breathing, tall, stalking, arm length ready, range use, already in automatic. I'm talking about somebody that's bringing them punches in tragic fashion to whoever face is on the end of them punches. Boy, we see how every fighter looks after fight David Benavidez. They marked up, swole up, beat up, or either knocked out. So, David Morrell is fighting his biggest test to date, I will say. And I really won't say it the other way around for David Benavidez. I feel like Caleb Plant was David Benavidez's biggest test. Maybe even Andre Durrell, but David Morrell, I don't know if he fits the bill to be David Benavidez's biggest test. Now, I will say he's his tallest test. Someone who's the same height, pretty much the same reach, pretty much. So it's going to be a very, very good barn burner. I'm telling you. Massive fight here. Massive fight. And for no one to really be covering it, I had to cover it. I had to talk about it a little more, because they kind of like downplaying this, like this ain't really what it is, but this is it. These guys right here are two of the biggest fighters in their division, the biggest names in their division, and they are going to meet in the ring and put it all on the line. Will David Morrell use his power shots in his range to offset and catch a lucky shot and overthrow David Benavidez and knock him off of his track and motion to where he's headed? Or will David Benavidez do what he's normally been doing, and that get in the ring with a fighter and overwhelm them, beat them to the punch every time, hurt them, and make them guess or second guess themselves every step of the way until the end of the fight, or until the fighter is on their back? We know what David Benavidez brings to the ring against the biggest competition, but the question right now relies and lays at the feet of David Morrell. Can he overcome the onslaught of David Benavidez? Can he upset David Benavidez? And that's only a question he can answer, because it's going to take a whole lot of will to humble a David Benavidez. And my keys to victory is he's going to have to hit David Benavidez with something early on to get David Benavidez respect, to make him not want to walk into or chase David Morrell down. But if David Morrell can't do that, then he's going to get stalked. he's going to get beat. And no fighter in history has ever really fought good on their back foot but Muhammad Ali. Maybe Mayweather. But I would say Muhammad Ali because I'm talking about bigger and taller fighters. I ain't talking about no smaller featherweight fighters and lightweight and all that. I'm talking about the big boys, the super middleweights, the light heavyweights. I'm talking about them guys. So, this fight right here is, I would say, 60-40. And I got to give 60 to David Benavidez because I know what he brings to the table at a higher level. David Morrell, on the other hand, I give him the 40 because he, first of all, has only 10 fights, 11 fights maybe under his belt. So, professional-wise. So that right there puts him at a disadvantage against a David Benavidez, somebody who's more seasoned, somebody that has way more fights, double the fights. So that right there, I got to give it to David Benavidez. But anything can happen in the sport of boxing. Anybody can get clipped. Anybody can get knocked out cold if they blink wrong, if they think wrong, if they look the wrong way, if they second guess putting up the right hand and should have put up the left hand and get caught in the jaw, getting clipped in the back of the head, getting your equilibrium shook. It's so many ways to where we've seen fights go totally different from what it should have been. But these two fighters right here, I'm telling you, this is the fight that they both needed. David Benavidez, he needed a big fight to show why Canelo should fight him. And David Morrell, he needed a big fight because what else is there for him? David Benavidez is the biggest name. So if you go after the biggest guy in your division. So anyway, with that being said, that's all I got for this video. You already know the routine. When you leave my house, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, smash the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I drop these next latest and greatest videos here on Primetime Talk TV and I'm on social media. Everyone definitely go to the website, PrimeTimeTalkTV.com, and copy some merch. All right, y'all. Peace, love. I'm out till next time.